Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I put fountain pens inside an insert and put that insert inside my traveler's notebook to use as storage. I'm also going to give you a little bit of a backstory on why I'm doing it. Now here is the traveler's notebook that I'm currently using. It is by the company Chic Sparrow. It is their E-Class design and it's in the enchanted woods leather in the color Eastwood. It is a very nice leather and it does come with wrinkles like this kind of mark here. The lighter part, it came when I got it, and it has a little bit of freckling here which came with the hide, and it's got a kind of a little bit of character even when I got it. This mark I made by myself. I don't even know how. But I do really like this. I don't really baby my traveler's notebooks either. It does have a reinforced spine, and it's 1-inch spine, and that means they have put an extra piece of leather on top of the traveler's notebook and sewn it into place so that it would add a little bit of structure to the spine. Now I'm going to open up and show you how I put my fountain pens in here and why. So here we have the insert, and the first thing you'll see is my fountain pen insert. You can pretty much put anything inside a traveler's notebook. I've seen people use their traveler's notebooks not just for the notebooks but also for their wallet and other things, so why not put fountain pens? Now this fountain pen insert is made out of duct tape, the white part, and plastic. This is a hard plastic. There are kind of two panels here. Let me take it out of the notebook first. There are two panels of hard plastic. This is the plastic from a cutting board mat, which I got from the Dollar Tree. This idea of using the cutting mat I got from another YouTuber called Snapcraftastic. What I did was I made these loops out of duct tape and I stuck it onto the plastic. Then I kind of taped all over the plastic with more duct tape to keep it secure. Then I did the same thing on the other side, and I used a lot more duct tape to kind of stick the two together. And this is the spine of the insert where I used to string through the elastics. Now you can see I only put 4 fountain pens in here, and I don't think it can hold any more because when I close it, I don't want this loop to hit this loop or this loop. I don't want this one to hit these two either. I want them all to line up into one. And so that's why there's a lot of spacing in between these fountain pens. And when I close it, you can see from the top that all of these pens line up and they don't touch each other. Now there is some pros and cons to this. When I made it, this is not my first design, it's my 3rd design. So I'll go through the old designs, but even this is not perfect. You can see that the pens kind of move around a bit when you're closing it. So that means even when I close it, it still may touch each other. You can hear that, right? So that means when I'm closing it, I have to make sure that they're all kind of lined up straight instead of moving around like this before I close it. Otherwise they would touch each other. And to fix that, I think what I'm going to do is put another loop here at the bottom so that each pen has to go through 2 loops to be held securely, and so it won't move around so much. So let me just take out the pens, because you do need to be able to have fountain pens that have a clip. All of these fountain pens have a clip. Now this one is a pretty fat fountain pen. I put it on here for a reason. It's the Nemesine Fission pen, and it does fit in through the loop without putting the clip on. If I just hold it here, and it's pretty secure. But to make it safer, I put the clip over the loop like that so that it won't move around as much. Same thing with the TWSBI. Now this fountain pen here is a Lamy, and it is a lot skinnier than this pen. When I put it through the loop, it goes all the way through and it will fall like that, unless I use the clip to keep it into place. Now the thing about this duct tape insert is that the loop is not elasticized, so it stays a certain width and size. If I want to use it with all my different fountain pens with all my different widths, then I have to rely on the clip. Otherwise, this one is also a skinny pen. It would just also go right through like that. And then I have to make sure I put the clip the same as this one. Alright, let's talk about why I decided to put this fountain pen inside the Traveler's Notebook in the first place. This other thing that's inside the Traveler's Notebook currently is my journal. It is a Nanami Cafe Note in the B6 slim size. And I put it inside a cover made out of duct tape. And if I take it out, you can see the original notebook here. And then I string the cover, or I put the string under the cover, and then I can put the notebook into the sleeve, and that's how it stays within the Traveler's Notebook. Now this is a B6 slim size journal, and this is a B6 Traveler's Notebook, and that means this is a lot narrower than the inserts that are supposed to be held in here, but it still works. If I close it, you can see that there's kind of like a big gap in between the edge of the notebook and the edge of the Traveler's Notebook, which is fine with me. This is also a rather stiff leather, a sturdy leather, so it doesn't bend inwards, and so I don't really care that it sticks out like this. What I do find a little bit more annoying is when you look at it from the top. You'll see, because of the reinforced spine, if I only have this one Nanami Cafe notebook in here, it looks kind of, it doesn't look as good, because this is sort of meant to hold more inserts. There's a kind of a big gap in between here. If you squish it, you can see that. And it, you know, it doesn't really affect anything. It just looks a little bit off. And I feel like it would look much better if there was something else in here to go along with it. But this being my journal, and I always keep it at home, there's no other need for me to put another insert in here. Like for example, this is a B6 notebook, an actual B6 one, whereas this is the B6 Slim. So this is a lot wider. If I kind of put it in here, just imagine I put it through the string and I close it. You can see that now the width of all the inserts inside kind of matches up with the width of the spine, so it looks much nicer. It looks more like a block of text or a block of paper. But since I don't put this inside here, I decided to put my fountain pen insert inside here. Because this is made out of a hard plastic, it almost acts as a writing surface. So if I were to use this notebook and I was to write on this page, if this wasn't here, it would kind of be imbalanced, because this part of the notebook, where all the thickest part of the paper is, would stick out, and this would go on the bottom, and it wouldn't be even when you're looking at the two pages together. Yeah, let me flip to the front of the notebook. You'll see what I mean. This is the front of the note. If you were looking at it like this, if I wanted to write on this side, it's kind of a big hump because of all of this layers of paper, whereas here it kind of sticks up because it's not even. So now we go back to this side. It's not the same because of this. It actually provides a little bit more flat writing space so that you can write here and write here, and until you get to maybe the middle of the notebook, then it will still kind of lay flat like this. Another thing I'd like to show you now is another traveler's notebook of mine. Now this fountain pen insert used to be in that traveler's notebook, and I could store a lot more fountain pens. It's just that I decided to move it into here so that it would go with my journal. And I only use fountain pens in here 99% of the time, so it's kind of nice to have the fountain pens with me so that I can use them more frequently in my journal. But the other traveler's notebook I have to store my fountain pens is this one. This traveler's notebook is from the company Leatherimagined. It's their Sky Fairy Traveler's Notebook, and it's got 2 different types of leather. It's also in the B6 size, and it has a reinforced spine as well. Now this one is a lot thicker than the Chic Sparrow one. It's got a 1.5-inch spine, and it's got 6 elastics. I feel like that this traveler's notebook is great if you want a chunky traveler's notebook, or if you want to store something really thick, like I'm doing here with my fountain pen inserts. So let's open this up. I have here, oh, and I'll show you this pockets because I really like these pockets. It's got 2 pockets here with the teal leather. It's called their Lagoon leather, I think, or Blue Lagoon leather. Although it's more teal than blue, it's just, I really like this rough edge. It looks like a wave. Like, I hope you can see that. There's one pocket here, it looks like a wave, and this one looks like a wave as well, which is why I stuck this little turtle image here and this little mermaid tail image here, because it just looks so nice. And I don't remember where I got this from. I probably just found it online and printed it and stuck out. But if you know, then please let me know, because I really want to credit them. But I really like this kind of turtle sticking out in front of the wave. It's really pretty. But this is not what the video is about. This is about the traveler's notebook inserts. Now I have 2 in here, and I used to have the 3rd one, which I put into my Chic Sparrow. You can see that there are 6 elastics, so it holds quite a bit. Now these 2 are my kind of first 2 fountain pen inserts, and so they're older than that one. This is the very first one I made, and it's made entirely out of duct tape with no hard plastic. And I wouldn't recommend doing this because this is too floppy as a duct tape only. And also I made the loops a little bit lower than the other one, and that makes it a little bit harder to use. So let's flip to the second one. So this one looks a lot like the other one, but then also the loops are a lot lower down. And that's because I thought that it would be more secure to have the clip kind of halfway through the loop resting on here. And I thought that would make it more secure, and also it doesn't move around as much too. If I were to put more skinny pens into here, then it wouldn't work. Let me just show you. And if I put it through, you'll see that, again, it also goes right through. If I use the clip though, it would go down to, this clip would push the fountain pen too low, and so now it kind of sticks up out of the fountain pen insert. And that's why for the other one, I decided to move it up higher. But this one also works for my different fountain pens. And let me put some more here. There was enough space to put in that third fountain pen insert in the middle. When you close it, it becomes quite chunky, but it still holds a lot of fountain pens. And so here there are up to a maximum of 12 fountain pens in one rather chunky traveler's notebook. And so this is pretty great as well. I also would like to show you inspiration for this, and this is not a fountain pen insert that I made myself. This isn't fountain pen related at all. It's actually a makeup brush holder. This is by the company Real Techniques, and when I bought it, it came with makeup brushes, and there are little elastics here which you can use to put your makeup brushes. And I found that you could also use it to put fountain pens. Now, because this is elastic, it's actually quite much nicer. Like that. And you know what? It's actually about the same size as the B6 Traveler's insert. Oh, I can actually just put this into here. Let me try that. I would need something, hold on, just to make sure. This could work. It is very, very chunky now. I hope you can see that. Very, very chunky. But this traveler's notebook can hold it, all of it. That's perfect. Yeah, and so that's my video. This is how I use this traveler's notebook for my fountain pen storage, and how I use this one to put both my journal and my fountain pens in there, and also use the fountain pen insert as a kind of writing surface. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, let me know. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.